should I do?
No,
Gujarati or English?
Gujarati.
we will conduct in English only.
Yes.
And then later on I'll forward the link.
No, that's okay. I can do that in English, but I just I'm seeing all the Gujarati faces right now.
Yeah, but still, this is meant for English. Sneha will ask a lot of questions.
Yeah, Sneha will be here shortly.
So we are already live, right? Ronak,
Yeah.
actually we should say 3 mantra and pachi live karo to that would be better.
That's okay. Karo ne 3 mantra kar nakho. Shailesha, that's okay.
Namo Vitragay, Namo
Namo Vitragay, Namo Riyantanam,
Namo Siddhanam, Namo Maya Viyanam, Namo Uvasdayanam, Namo Loe Sawa Sahunam, Aiso Panchanamukaro, Sawa Pavapanasanu, Mangalanancha Sauvesim, Padmam Havai Mangalam. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Jai Satchidanand. He Dada Bhagwan, He Pragat Gnani Purush Kanu Dadaji, you please remain present with us. Please bless us to do the Satsang Swadhyay according to your inner hearty intents. I am pure soul self, totally free of mind, speech and body. I am abode of infinite knowing power. I am abode of infinite seeing power. I am abode of infinite energy. I am abode of infinite bliss. Jai Satchidanand. For the benefit of new aspirants, whenever we start any activity or any good thing or anything, this or some other short prayer allows us to get connected to the source of pure conscious or the source of pure knowing power and seeing power in whom it is manifest, such that we get aligned and our pure conscious also gets aligned to do the activity well. Jai Satchidanand. So Ronak, we are open to questions or the starting point of the talk as you go ahead.
My first question, as Dadaji said, adjust everywhere, and in certain circumstances, you try to adjust as much as you can, and at one point of level, you lose your temperament, and like such a avalanche happen, and you can't control your emotions, and you think that okay, try to adjust, and you are talking to yourself and try to adjust, but at one point you can't adjust, and you speak something, and that person get hurt. What should we do to completely adjust with another person and in every circumstances?
Okay. So Ronak has asked that according to the aphorism given by holistic scientist or Gnani Purush Dada Bhagwan, I try to adjust everywhere, but sometimes at some point it becomes difficult for me to adjust, or I lose my emotional balance or temperament and something happens that the other person may be hurt. So what should we do to adjust in all different situations with all different personalities? That is the question posed by Ronak. Now, Ronak, this adjust everywhere is the aphorism and awareness which comes within me at the level of my inner self or antaskaran, and the Mahatmas or those who have got the vision also has three more agnyas or four more agnyas, that is the other person I see relative and real Shuddhatma. I am Shailesh is also relative file 1 and I myself is real Shuddhatma. So it is Prajna Shakti telling Shailesh to do the to dispose the file amicably with equanimity, or to do the Sambhavti Nikal for that particular file. Now, having this inner vision, then comes the adjust everywhere. Now, adjust everywhere is the step below Agnya, but it is still a very good step. So, what does it tell? So, it tells that whenever Shailesh is dealing with somebody in some situation, no sooner this awareness comes, Shailesh tries to see what is positive in that person, what is the intent of that person, and what's the situation asking from Shailesh, and decides to dispose that amicably with equanimity. Most of the times, disadjustment comes for the reason that Shailesh will not see from the angle of the other person, but Shailesh sees from whatever his personality or prakriti is springing up in that particular aspect. So this allows Shailesh to know the prakriti or personality of the other person, to see the positivity, and especially to understand the intent part. We usually miss the intent part and the personality of the other person or the positivity of the other person. Rather, I look from the my spectacle, my prakritic spectacle of what Shailesh likes, Shailesh dislikes, what Shailesh's personality is reacting to that particular situation. So if I can understand both, that what is the Ronak's personality, what is the positiveness in Ronak, or what is the intent of Ronak, and then I can objectively get out of the personality of the Shailesh, and there comes the equanimity or the balance part. So I can decide to resolve each situation amicably with equanimity. Most of the times it works. When as you are saying, when I would lose my temperament or emotional balance is when Shailesh is, I get one with Shailesh's prakritic reaction. If I get away as knower and seer, there is no reason why I should lose the balance. Shailesh may lose the balance, I will never lose it. In fact, I will see Shailesh that, okay, calm down, settle, try to understand. And even if I agree to your point that always the circumstances may not allow us, or always we cannot say yes to the other person, it adjust everywhere doesn't mean to say yes to the other person in all situations, but it just tells us that try to understand and try to explain or persuade or something, so that the situation can be resolved amicably. And some point of time, even I can say that, okay, you are right by your viewpoint, but at the moment this is what best I can understand, or I can perceive, or I can feel. I'll try to think over and see what best can be done. Sometimes you can leave the matter for some time, allow it to cool down, and the matter will settle down. And if not, we can say that, okay, I'm sorry, I apologize that I'm not able to go along what you are saying me to, but I'll still try. So having said that, it is my internal part that my mind doesn't complain that why the other person is doing something like this. So Dadaji said adjustment has to be internal, like sugar in the milk. So we try to put sugar in the situation and not try to complain from where have you got the milk, why is it too fat, why is it for fat, or something like that, which is the normal tendency of the human mind. Usually if we see, we react like that. So it is something, and the more important part is, whenever my mind or intellect is not getting aligned, what happens? Am I at a loss or am I at a benefit? Whatever may be the reason, I am at a loss because the inner conflict is just pending within me. So I am losing my positive energy. So for my own benefit, I decide that, okay, I will try to put sugar in the milk, in the practical language, or try to do whatever best I can. So smilingly, lovingly, caringly, sharingly, Shailesh can try to do whatever best possible. And that's what I think. So the ultimate part is, I look within, that what is the state. Am I aware is Shailesh trying with awareness to dispose the file amicably with equanimity? Is Shailesh all right? So as long as my inner positivity, as long as my inner attitudes are not disrupted, I would be fine. I hope I'm able to convey you the different aspects of the part. Usually we look only at the happening part of the story. We never look at the file one's personality reactions or what is getting disharmonious in file 1. The basic is don't, it is all for ultimately for the harmony and positivity of file 1, so that it can dispose the situation or the with any person amicably with equanimity. And still, if you can pause the situation, we can still further expound onto that.
Shaileshanandji?
Say loudly, I can't hear you.
Jai Sachidanand.
Jai Sachidanand.
My question in regard to this first earlier question asked, in which you explained that in some situations which are not favorable in nature, we should step out of our personality. But in reality, one like myself, I'm not able to judge or understand my personality, while the opponent or the other person knows my personality very well. So what's the key to understand or know one's nature or personality? Because normally we only try to look at others' personality and we judge them, while on the other hand we never understand what is our prakriti looks like.
So there are 2-3 keys which springs to my mind. Number one is what bothers us most, what bugs us or what disturbs us most. So you have just to see what is disturbing Sneha, what is bugging or bothering Sneha, what is leading to disruption of harmony of Sneha. That you can immediately understand whatever the other fellow is doing or not doing, right or wrong, but Sneha is getting disturbed. Am I right or wrong?
Yeah, right.
So if you see what is disturbing Sneha, what is bugging or bothering Sneha, you can immediately see behind that what are the expectations of Sneha, what are likes and dislikes of Sneha, that the Sneha's prakriti got triggered up. In other situations, Sneha can neutrally see, or you can neutrally see and not get disturbed. That's a second scenario. But whenever you are getting upset, whenever you are getting affected, whenever you are getting emotionally disturbed, especially, that is the first place where it gives us opportunity to identify our personality. So in Gujarati we say that in all the interactive dealings we have, wherever file 1 gets affected, just see that, and from that point we can readily recognize what my personality is wanting, expecting, by what it is getting affected. Second key is the other person is showing us the mirror, that why are you always wanting to do like this, why are you not understanding, why are you not accepting. So we are ignoring that mirror which the other person tries to show us, and even if we remain open to the other person's mirror, it may be that sometimes our mind and intellect says that it is out of their bias or attachment or opinion they are saying like this, but yet there is some mirror which the others are showing us. That's a part 2. And part 3 is whenever I have time, if I neutrally sit and pray Dada Bhagwan, that oh Dada Bhagwan, give me the awareness to see and recognize Prakriti of Shailesh as it is, then it will show me at least the big corners of Shailesh's Prakriti, what it is like, and allow me to know at least the bigger corners of the Prakriti of Shailesh, or file 1 for each one. So these are the 3, I think, simple steps one can follow. And first step is very, very easy. So it is whatever is leading to disruption of inner harmony allows me to reflect back onto my personality part. Okay. And ultimately, I am not doing for other. Ultimately, it is for my own inner self, harmony and positivity of inner self. Ultimately, it is disposal of file 1. I have to dispose Prakriti of Shailesh amicably at the end of the day. So I have to know the opinions Shailesh is carrying, I have to know the beliefs Shailesh is carrying. Say in each particular event, for example, you and Ronak may be sort of putting different viewpoints in particular happening or event. And there, if you see, we can readily recognize that what is opening out is beliefs or viewpoints of each prakriti or personality. So, in each event, wherever there are two or more people, each personality opens out differently, sometimes silently, sometimes more loudly, but it is the belief of each prakriti or personality which is getting opened out. Suppose you are to buy something and Ronak has a different view and you may have a different view. So it is the prakriti of each one which is opening out. Similarly, at each step, beliefs are opening out, and if we remain aware, we can immediately know that okay, these are the beliefs which are playing role, these are the opinions which are playing role, and the beliefs or opinions which are bothering me and bothering others are probably need to be seen with more awareness. Am I right?
Right.
So simple.
Yes, that's true. But it gets difficult when we try to put it in practical.
Say loudly.
I say it's simple from a viewpoint to understand, but when we try to put that in practice, that's when it becomes difficult and challenging.
No, that is understood, but this is the place that you go back and reflect in the evening or at the night that okay, Sneha, during the day, how many times you lost your harmony, especially with Ronak, especially with the work people, wherever there are near and dear ones, or wherever we are spending our most of the time, these are the places which needs. So at the end of the day, if you see, you can readily recognize that okay, these many times I lost my balance, these many times I lost my harmony, and the immediately this Gnan power, awareness or Prajna power will work there and will straighten out or will mellow down the uh, prakriti or personality part. It is it happens because here there is no police to give us the ticket. But if the ticket would have come next time, how much aware we are that oh, no matter, now the ticket should not come again. And in Australia they have to remain very aware because 3 to 4 mistakes and they lose the license. So here, fortunately or unfortunately, we don't get ticket or our license is not getting cancelled, but at least we lose on our inner happiness and harmony. The fourth key is, see, we know that even if the other person is not behaving balancedly, he or she may be sending some negative waves or attitudes. Shailesh has to respond positively for disposal of file amicably. Otherwise, Shailesh will be loser. So wherever we lose that negativity for negativity or reaction for reaction, that is the best place we have to catch hold of file one. Okay, wait. The other person is can do anything. Why did you lose your income? Why did you did the business lost business? Are you not a good businessman? So why did you, rather than making the profit in that situation, why did you lose by reacting similarly? So Dadaji has a very beautiful in-depth sentence that we never reply kashai with kashai, we never reply pride with pride, we never reply anger with anger, we never reply greed with greed, we reply kashai with restraints or sanyam or whatever you can say. So because I don't want to have my loss inside, and I have understood that whatever is being done at the level of mind, speech and body, reaction or response, whatever term you use it, it first affects me within. And because I don't want to get adversely affected, I should be aware with the mind, speech and body. And that very simple fundamental changes a lot within me, because I don't want to get adversely affected. I want to remain happy. My mind, speech and body should be sending the positive or balanced response out to deal with the situation. Okay, Ronak remains smiling and happy, you become upset, or vice versa. I don't know.
Vice versa.
Vice versa. Maybe then who Dadaji is a very simple sentence that see at the face of one whose face is showing the suffering, it is his or her fault. One who suffers is at fault, and how to recognize that who is suffering or who is at fault? Look at the face. One whose face is getting affected, is suffering, is at fault. But the other person has not to tell that. The other person has to do it. That why I became instrumental for other suffering. Let me do confession, apology, and resolution.
Thank you, Shaileshanandji. Very well explained.
You know, Shaileshanandji, you made a good point. I wonder if we start a ticket system, it will affect in the family, close families. I don't know. There'll be quarrels or peace. I don't know. We'll have to try that.
Humorously, if we generate the system of tickets, this many times are important. But anyway, when we go back and reflect in the evening, we can immediately see how many times I lost my happiness, how many times I lost my smile on my face, or how many times my speech got altered or pulled upon. So immediately I can say, oh, Shailesh, are you still incurring the loss business? You like loss business very much, it seems, or you are expert in making the loss at business. So talking to Shailesh a little bit will, I think, keep me aware in all various situations which I'm into. So we can understand many ways. It's as I said, mind, speech, and body does affect me first. It leads to my disruption of harmony or other way. It leads to my either it can lead to positive energy level or negative energy level, and either it allows me to remain free as Shuddhatma, or it doesn't allow me to remain free as Shuddhatma. So from various aspects we can know that. In fact, Dadaji says it is the moment to gain. When the other person is upset and using discharge, anger, greed, pride or something, it's moment for us to gain if we are aware. One who is aware, one who has the understanding working well, always gains in that situation. So Dadaji had given the example of mother-in-law and daughter-in-law. Suppose one started speaking or showing some aversion or throwing some opinions, if the other one is having understanding and awareness, the other one will enjoy the inner penance or inner tap, antar tap, and the other one will be the gainer, and the one who is throwing it out will be the loser. So in fact it is moment for us to gain if we really are in a proper understanding phase, or once we have understood it properly, it's for us to gain. Somebody has started, some Aptaputra has started sending some writings of Dadaji, that Dadaji said that in the morning we decide that more the insults or more the criticisms come, I have the profit this day. Do it for 3 months and you will have no more to undergo. Because by that time you will be so foolproofed by any adverse comments coming that you will not be affected. But you have to tell file 1 in the morning that whatever the adverse remarks come today, whatever the criticisms or insults, it doesn't reach to the stage of insult most of the times, but it usually is in the form of resentment or adverse comments or criticisms or some words of dislike, and tell file 1 that okay, more that it comes today, I have earned profit by this much comments or criticisms or resentments, whatever, and I have earned to that much. So only 3 months course they have given, no more than that.
Yeah, I think, Shaileshanandji, if we give ticket to ourselves, we'll figure it out very fast.
yes, then it becomes very fast. But nobody, we are so kind to our own relative self that we don't tend to give tickets to our relative self. But if we give yes, if we make a diary and if we make a note, okay, this many times you have faulted during the day, this is your score of tickets and your license will be cancelled of dealing with other human beings. Today I just went to some spiritual conference of Brahma Kumari. They had done in medical college auditorium and there were 500 doctors. So Shailesh Bhai went there to see how they are dealing everything and what they are doing and something like that. So we have much more than what the world has. That's always we can see. Dadaji and this Gnan has given us much more than what the people can, but still they are doing well. So these are the points that why we become deceased.
Shaileshanandji, you
This
told a
is
very
means
good
whenever
point.
we are losing our easiness, it is this is, and sneha ultimately that leads to diseases which we don't want, right?
Correct. This has been very well been ingrained in my mind and heart when I heard the HSCRF satsang about how the.
Sorry, I am not able to hear you properly.
Are you able to hear me now?
Yes, yeah.
I said this has been very well ingrained, the word this and ease from the HSCRF talk that I heard. That was very well explained by you as well, that how disease is formed first internally in our mind, and that's how it treats to the whole body, and that's how it comes out. So it was very good understanding at that time.
Don't lose the moments when they come to you to give you some profit. That is what we have to say, file one. Grab the opportunities which are coming our way where we can profit.
Right.
I think Mumbai has some question.
So,
Shaileshanandji,
ji.
Jai Sachidanand, there's a question, that dilemma about that happiness, what you were saying. When we say, usually when we were in wrong belief, the chief motivator for us doing anything, though the ratio of sorrow to happiness was less, but motivator was that I have to do this, I have to finish this, I am responsible, or it is mine. But now we know that is a wrong belief. So now less problems arise, everything, cases are solved, resolution, conflict resolution is more. All that is beautiful, and it also motivates us that we want to get out of this birth cycle. But at the same time, to get through this life, that joy, daily life drudgery and routine, that joy which needs to be tapped from our soul, or the bliss which we say in routine life, to the world is as it is, but still that joy, to experience that and go through life through that humor, instead of like it becoming a burden and kantara janak and oh my god, it's like this. What is it that we need to do and keep in perspective? Because somewhere I am missing that agnya or perspective, some missing link, because that joy is not coming. I mean, everything is being done, but it is like become like, oh, like okay, yeah, like if I have to live, I have to live. This is the, world is. It is not that the world is wrong or right. It is as it is. There is nothing. I have no complaints against that. But then that joy, I'm not able to tap.
Oh, yeah, understood the point. So, relative viewpoint and real viewpoint. We'll talk at both levels. Relative viewpoint at the level of Monaben and real viewpoint at the level of I am Shuddhatma. So, first and foremost is I am Shuddhatma, totally free from mind, speech and body of Monaben. So, whenever it comes, often I keep on charging my smartphone because it uses lot many apps. So in present day situation, Monaben has to go through many situations. So I need to keep on coming back to my real self, that I am abode of infinite knowing power, I am abode of infinite seeing power, I am abode of infinite bliss, I am abode of infinite energy, I am as pure soul self as Dada Bhagwan, I am as pure soul self as Sri Simandar Swami. Believe me, get connected to these innate virtues of our real self, and the positive, all, not only joy but the bliss and increasing state of bliss will be coming back and back to us. And no sooner we do that, two things happen. Number one, we get out of the effects of the relative, which are here and there bothering or sort of not giving us the joy. And secondly, our own blissful state will start. So once one thing I experience and I believe that with these two agnyas, relative and real, I have to keep Shailesh relative, and I have to be more and more steadfast with my real Shuddhatma self. So the enlightened ones live with this state of being. They see everything with the, as I am Shuddhatma, I am just the knower and seer. So Dadaji said that the light of our car sees the mud of the that Bandra's what you say is a muddy river there, but the light doesn't get muddy. The light remains unaffected as it is. It is the scene which is muddy. The light has just to know and see that. Once we master that art of seeing everything through Shuddhatma or through relative and real Agnya Dharma, most of the times we remain unaffected or blissful or joyous. Now part 2 is the relative part. How do I tell Shailesh to go through all the situations? And here, as I said, I have to say to the Shailesh that, okay, Shailesh, for our benefit, we have opened the happiness shop. No matter what the other is doing, my shop is happiness shop. So Shailesh has decided from the morning that whosoever comes across Shailesh in whatever capacity, let the Shailesh try to give happiness, love, care, share, soothing attitude, whatever you put it. And in that case, the other person, because the other person is disturbed, I can't expect the other person to be happy from within. He or she doesn't have this knowledge. So the other person may give some negative packets to me, but the Shailesh having the vision and can respond even at the relative level with happiness, with love, with care, with share, with joy. And believe me, one or two instances you reciprocate this way and you realize the energy and happiness and the power which is coming even at the relative level. I'm saying relative level, that is at the level of our antaskaran or the level of file 1. But the key point is, in the morning I had prayed that let my mind, speech and body make one and all happy, obliging nature, give in Rajani Bhai's language, which the nature teaches us. Whatever way you ask your file 1, and it is experiment and experimenter. So experiment is going on throughout the life from morning to evening. And once I keyed in my software that okay, whatever comes, Shailesh, it's not that only you have to go through the situation, but you have to make the situation sweet. You have to try to give others happiness, try to oblige others, try to take care of others, and believe me, you will be happy even in the relative aspect like anything. Here, if I share the story which somebody sent me, I think on WhatsApp or email, I'm not sure, but it has much meaning. That one well-dressed rich lady went to the psychiatrist's office and she was into tears and she was very sad and very depressed, and she asked psychiatrist that do something. Despite having so much of wealth, I don't know what is wrong, but I never feel happy. I'm so sad, I'm so depressed, I don't feel like living, so forth and so not. And the psychiatrist made her sit for a while and asked her, would you mind if I request you to talk to my maid servant for a while? So reluctantly she said, okay, since you are saying, I'll do that. And the psychiatrist called her maid servant and she left her jhadu or mop with which she was mopping the floor and sat across that lady and started sharing her life story that I lost my husband in a disease. After 3 months, I lost my only son in an accident. For a few months, it appeared as if I have lost everything, and my smile went away miles away. No matter what, I could not smile. But someday, some small animal or kitten in a winter day came at my doorstep, and I felt that outside there is much cold and the kitten may be hungry. So I allowed her in the home and gave some milk. and for the first time my face smiled. So that gave me the lesson that even this small act of kindness or helping this small animal gave me the smile. Why not to extend this? So she started, even though she was not having material resources, she started helping others, taking care of, asking, how are you? Do you need my help? Can I do something for you? And she said, today I am the most happy person. I feel I am the most happy person in the world, though I don't have the bank balance. So this story tells us the lot of things, and this tells us the real value of the first principle Dadaji gave us, that open the happiness shop in the relative living. I hope we get the point.
Yes, we get. I get the point. That I agree, and that is very well explained. Only thing is, I want to know. It is not to do with any person or something. It is the daily routine. You know, eat, drink, sleep, whatever, all that routine and all. So in the end, it is like, what is this like? Is this all we are supposed to do? Like, you know, that kind of thing. The
No,
higher purpose sometimes
Mona
creates.
Ben, I understood the daily routine. Suppose you are a school teacher, then if you have to go to school, teach the students, come back, cook, feed your family members, do the laundry, washing, and sleep away. That's what you are saying routine. I agree with you. But if you add one more dimension to that, that no sooner you, Mona Ben, woke up in the morning, right from the family members, you can start doing that within relative and real Shuddhatma, outside, have a little time, smile, how are you? I hope everything is good. Dadaji used to ask us, Satchidanand Chene. So these two words, Satchidanand Chene, used to bring harmony within us, and while asking Satchidanand Chene, Dadaji's face was so smiling, is so smiling, his eyes are so full of love. So there are living beings around us right from the home.
Yes.
Right now we are in phase one, that okay, these are my files and I have to dispose these files amicably with equanimity. I have to prepare breakfast, then rush to my class, then I have to prepare my meal. So that is putting some burden on file one. Now let's change the dimension, that
Yes.
okay, Mona Ben, that vyavasthit will automatically, it's all right if you can have less time and do one item less in breakfast, you can prepare one item less, but
Right.
if you sit lovingly across the table with your family members and look Shuddhatma and look into their eyes with the love and hope we are all fine. What do you think? We are all progressing on Dada's moksha marg nicely. A little two kind words of heart, a little your eye shading the pure love, and you
Yes.
start that your morning has well begun or your day has well begun on a relative front also, I'm saying. And as you go out, whomsoever you meet, you may meet, say, I tried this couple of times. Initially, as an Indian brain, suppose I came back to Baroda in Baroda Express and took rickshaw and came back my home, and rickshawala says it is 40 rupees bill, and my mind used to say, is it really 40? Give me your card. Then I change my dimension. Okay, I give the money, whatever, but then I asked once times to rickshawala, good morning. I hope your day remains good. I hope everything is good at your home. And you won't believe that rickshawala was so touched. He said, sir, my wife has been admitted to hospital. I have to go take food. So I said, okay, if there is anything I can do, please let me know. He never came back to me for help. But these few words, then it happened at Bombay. I was moving from the domestic airport to international airport. I was in a taxi. I smiled at him, the driver, asked him, hope everything is fine. How is the life going on? And you don't believe, he was so a wise man. He started talking his heart, how he remains in this disturbed world. So little bit, so what Kanu Dadaji is doing, he asked somebody, okay, is God in everybody? Why then people are fighting? So something sharing their happiness, something which can make them happy. And these opportunities are there all around you, with your students, with your colleagues, with your staff, with whomsoever you are meeting. And couple of instances or few instances in a day and you will be charged like anything. It's not that you have to go out and seek, but this will change the attitude towards life and living. And believe me, today the people are so much distressed that even a millionaire is wanting or searching for some words coming from heart, some words of care and share and love coming from heart, and everybody would be happy like anything. So when we are taking, when our file one is understanding this as a routine which has to be done anyway, it becomes burden. But the things are flowing in a relative flow as per Vyavasthit. Vyavasthit is getting disposed them. Our duty is to add something more at a relative level, and we can add this happiness or love part. And love is also not for others, it's for myself. I don't feel lonely if I don't have the love for others. I have the love only for my family members, and tomorrow your daughter will go away to the
Bed. Yes.
father-in-law or mother-in-law's place, and you will feel lonely. But once you have started all the creatures around you, that I am in them and they are in me, and seeing Shuddhatma and what can I do, your heart will always remain full. And this is the oneness which the enlightened ones experience with all the living beings, whatever their relative aspects or phases may be. With this love, with this oneness, with this positive attitude in them, they are always radiating the positive energy, and they have always, how can I make others happy, how can I be instrumental in the common good of one and all. So now change your gear to common good of one and all, not only taking care of Monaben's files or dealing or disposing the Monaben's file amicably and equanimity. Once you are into that, move one step forward, that whomsoever I meet, how can he or she have his or her common good? How can he or she have the real happiness of his or her own coming from the bottom of the heart? And you can share some two experiences, you can share Dadaji's vision. કલ્યાણના કામમાં લાગો હવે.
Very beautiful. Thank you so much. That really helped. I got it. I got what I was missing. Thank you.
And mind, speech and body has enormous energy still being left unused, believe me. The routine asks for only limited part of energy. It is our dimension that is filling us, that oh, we are drained out. If we change the dimension, there are a lot of time, there is a lot of time, lot of energies left out in minds, this very mind, speech and body. And the testimony is the Gnani Purush, which at the age of 86 years also appears agile and alert all throughout the day with his body condition.
Can you give us some more tips about how to go about doing this? I got it, and I will definitely practice from today. But anything else, like how should I charge this up in the morning and in between always? That prayer which we will say, right? And what else?
Yes. So prayers, and that will set our attitude in, that whomsoever we meet, we try to give smile, we try to ask them what is going on, is everything fine. So believe me, everything will come out or open out once they trust you with their own unhappiness and with their own puzzles and conflicts and clashes. So that puts us into second mode, that okay, can I share something, my experience? Okay, I was also into such situation, but then I use this sentence of Dadaji, open happiness shop, or avoid clashes, or adjust everywhere, or make your home a heaven on earth. And slowly it started working for me, and it made me happy. If you feel all right, you can try and test for yourself. So once we are into some communication mode, then it gives us opportunity how we can make other persons happy, along with making him or her empowered with the some knowledge, light, or some correct vision which we have through blessings of Dadaji, that they can be happy, or they can be able to solve their own problems forever by themselves. Not only temporary help we are rendering them, but we are making them enabled to take care of themselves forever in smaller steps, okay, which Dadaji made us. You got my point?
Yes.
By sharing these insights, we are making them richer by insight. We are enabling them so they can make take control of their own life in a better way, which they are not at the moment. And once you start doing this, your inner visions will start opening out like anything. because even we cannot answer the problems or puzzles of the people, but when we cannot answer, it is a test for us. And so inside we pray, Dadaji, Dadaji, show us some vision that I can share some light, so his or her problem can be resolved. And that is how our research laboratory keeps on working within, and it keeps on growing. So Dadaji said that I got this Akram Gnan from all of you. So how he got from all of us? Dadaji had decided even before enlightenment that I will take away the unhappiness from all. I will try to alleviate the unhappiness and will try to give them happiness. બધાના દુઃખો લઈને બધાને સુખ આપવાની એમ કે હું મારી જે ભાવના હતી એમાંથી ભગવાન ખુલ્લા થઈ ગયા કે છે.
Very true. Thank you. Yes.
Once you become the healer, your diseases will run away without notice. The doctors fall sick very sparingly. This is the secret I'm sharing with you.
Okay, thank you.
So you try to sort of help the mental and other situations of the people whomsoever you come across.
That's true. Is this what you meant when Dadaji has made a statement કે બધાનો ભંગાર મારી પાસે આવ્યો અને એ ભંગારમાંથી આ જ્ઞાન ખુલ્લું? એટલે this is
something.
what he meant.
Yeah.
He meant happiness and problems. Okay.
Because the problems occur out of all wrong beliefs, out of all kashais, and out of all the things which the people have. And you know, you and me know what the people have today. Even few years back we could not have imagined the situations, and these are coming up. So all these things when come up, our inner light has to work within first, not that we get first to save ourselves from getting affected, our joy and bliss remains intact, and second, what insights can be shared with them so that they also can be helped.
Thank you so much.
So any more questions? Canada, I can see, I don't know, UK, anybody? And if not on the surface, sometimes we cannot do outside, at least pray for them. See Shuddhatma and pray for common welfare of one and all. And first for all those who are sending us some negativity, who are sending us some negative signals, who are becoming unfavorable to us, who are really not very quiet or composed, they come to our screen first and see relative real and pray that, oh Shuddhatma Bhagwan, give them such happiness that they remains quiet and composed. Because only the person who are unhappy from within, they make more noise, not the persons which are happy from within.
True. Yes, thank you.
I think Ajay Bhai had a question. Ajay Bhai, are you online? Because you tried to unmute.
I can't see Ajay Bhai here.
Yeah, he
I don't know. Ajay Bhai has a vacancy.
Yeah, I'm online, but no question. I am just listening.
Oh, okay.
Then tell us something of your experience so we can learn something. Those who have no question are required to share their experiences, because they are using some key which are keeping them questions free. Sneha is laughing at me. Am I wrong, Sneha?
No, that's
I'm a good businessman. I want to know how to do business in each situation.
I have a question that is much related to what recently was being asked. It seems like whenever I observe and see my Sneha's Prakriti, I feel that Sneha is sometimes getting stressed out because of lot of work. It seems like my life is full of work, which is at home, at work, and at everywhere else. So I think that's true actually. So it seems like a lot of ladies, I don't know, but from my personal experience and
Yes.
perspective, it seems like we ladies have, I don't know, we get drained out just because of thinking of work, or is it in reality that we are doing more work, or how can we manage or balance our life between work and our internal peace of mind and to remain in a joyful, joyous state? I know you have brought up a very good point of a balanced life. So can you add a little more to it?
Shaileshanandji, before answering this one, આ વધુ પડતું સુખનું દુઃખ છે.
Sorry, જરા મોટે, please speak loudly.
આ છે ને વધુ પડતું સુખ છે ને એનું વધુ પડતું દુઃખ છે.
Oh, yeah, that is a Ronak's perspective. That but secretly, may I ask Ronak how much you are helping Sneha?
ભાષણ કરી ના જો I tell you that household work બધું હું કરી આપું છું.
Oh, good.
Except cooking.
No, that's perfectly fine.
Oh, guys, last Diwali આ દિવાળી સુધીમાં 365 days હશે, so I clean my vessels for almost 300 times.
Yeah, good. That's very good. So what does Sneha has to say about that?
હું તમને Deepak Anandji met this time and Deepak Anandji asked me directly, indirectly, Sneha's life is happy. મેં કીધું હા બધું બરાબર છે. મેં કીધું વધુ પડતું સુખ છે ને એનું જ દુઃખ છે. તો Deepak Anandji
No, I
said, give him some
that aspect, Ronak, that aspect is correct, but still let us address this part. Yes, there are much more comforts and luxuries than required by the body. In the olden days, the ladies used to do that grinding ghanti or whatever you say, I don't know, and they had to go to wells to bring the water, and still they were smiling because that were keeping their body fit. So now coming back to that, the morning starts with Sneha and you ask Sneha, are you all right? Are you freshened up? Sneha says, no, I had to get up. I am not yet fresh. I still need rest. But it's okay. I can't now afford to now lie down because I have to rush to job and do the kitchen work. So you have to say, Sneha, that's all right, but I'm with you. And so, okay, now since you have to now take it. So Sneha, ask Sneha whether you will like to do little exercise or little here and there so your body gets tuned up. So Sneha says, no, where is the time to do the exercise? Sneha, take out 5 minutes at least. Stretch your muscles a little bit. So you will be more energetic to take on to your routine. So something like that. So start your day talking to Sneha. And then as the things are unfolding, Sneha is in the kitchen or around. Now, this psychology is of course playing the role that, oh, I have to do this many work. If you stop counting the work, it's like relative phases are unfolding in front of mind, speech and body according to Vyavasthit, and the mind, speech and body naturally takes care of those things. You just remain a Shuddhatma, and if the Sneha gets over rushed, ask Sneha ben dhimethi utawad karo jara. Do haste but slowly. Just tap the shoulder of Sneha. Sneha, do haste but slowly. And if Sneha is very slow, Sneha, please slowly make some haste. So just talk to and keep her normal. Otherwise, ask Sneha, stop counting the works or this much or listing the works. I am doing and I have to do this much of work bothers. So Rajani Bhai often gives the example of Dadaji that I am sitting in a car, I am sitting in a flight comfortably enjoying the music and reading, and the flight is flying or the car is running. I am not running inside the car. I am not flying in the car. So વ્યવહાર એના કરનારા સાથે જ હોય છે. વ્યવસ્થિત is making Sneha to do. You just enjoy Sneha doing or whatever is unfolding in the part of Sneha as an overseer, and keep on talking to Sneha that Sneha જેટલું કામ હશે એટલી શક્તિ સામેથી લઈને આવશે. સંજોગો એની શક્તિ લઈને આવે છે. And important part, when the Sneha goes out of boundary, why the Sneha goes above normal? Because it is the Sneha's mind part, it is the greed part, it is the Sneha's over ambitious part that is making Sneha stretch more. There you have to pet Sneha. For what are you doing all these things? Sneha says, I'll be happy, I'll be happier by achieving this. I'll be happier if I collect this, save this much dollars for this much tour, which I'm planning at the year end or after 2 years. Then tell Sneha, that happiness will come after 2 years. Why are you losing happiness right now? Remain happy in the present moment, and that will come automatically or naturally. So this little bit of conversation, making the mindset right, because the mind is still in the habit of um, uh, running in future by competition, comparison, by the compass which is driven by the folk vision. Dadaji says, તમે બધા લોક સંજ્ઞાથી ચાલો છો, હું જ્ઞાનીની સંજ્ઞાથી ચાલું છું. I don't say don't enjoy whatever is coming your way. But when Sneha gets so to say overstretched because of excess, Dadaji said what is necessity and what is excess. So decide that. So ask Sneha that don't get stretched too much going after excess. Let it come normally and naturally, and it will come your way more than required. So I think these two things will allow you, otherwise male or female, I believe that there is nothing more or nothing less for anything. Whatever is there is natural and normal for that particular prakriti, if we understand that part well. And the nature has made that prakriti to go through those situations happily, lovingly, sharingly, smilingly. But once we feel that, oh, we are doing the double job, household as well as outside, which even the males can say in US, it is not different. So that claim also gets ill sustained in that way. So we have to go by that. And ask Sneha that, Sneha, what will bring you more happiness? Sitting few moments lovingly with Ronak, or always rushing and running here and there? So Dadaji once asked Uttam in Ahmedabad, he had about that jhula, કે કોઈ દિવસ પુષ્પાબેન જોડે આ ઝૂલા પર બેસો છો ખરા? And the answer was, ના દાદાજી. દાદાજી says, ઝૂલો લાયા છો તો બેસો તો ખરા શાંતિથી, પ્રેમથી. So enjoy the present.
Yeah, very good points that you brought up, that lot of our inner joy and happiness just goes away because we jump into this routine and daily and the fast-paced life's competition with other people, and we try to miss the present situation and enjoy it. Instead, we keep running in future. So that's very good lesson learned from this. Thank you so much.
And in the subtleness of these are two. દાદાજી કીધું મનને કેવી રીતે સમજાવવાનું, તો કે પ્રાપ્તને ભોગવો, અપ્રાપ્તની ચિંતા ના કરશો. Enjoy whatever is available and in front, and don't crave, run or worry or bother for the things which are not available or in front at the present. That is one part. Second part, our mind may run fast looking to the situation, running fast outside, but we should sit blissfully well in our Shuddhatma state and look to the mind and talk to the mind, so that mind also doesn't run well. And this time it occurred to me in a seminar when the fast-paced life was put as one point, and I put the picture of a pilot of the Boeing or whatever, and the flight is running at 940 or 50 kilometers or 540 miles, whatever you say. The pilot was enjoying with a beautiful car enjoying. So it was the flight which was early in a bullet train. The bullet train may be running at a very high speed, but we can be enjoying having our snacks and all the routine activities. So tell your relative inner self, file 1 ne kehવાનું, tell your file 1 that the things may be happening very fast. You just remain normal. Just decide that I will take care, dispose the situations as it unfolds normally, naturally, and I'll dispose the files amicably with equanimity. Once you learn this inner art of both remaining a Shuddhatma as well as keeping your file 1 steady, normal and natural in whatever the given scenario, nothing will affect you. There are two types of personalities. One personality with a accelerated situation, they also become accelerated. And there is another personality with more situation revolving more fast, they become more quiet, they become more steady, that how can they handle the situation better way. And I think the other types of people have the upper edge. I had that type of personality. The harder the question in the exam, I become more quieter, pulling myself in so that I can look at it and handle it better way. That is file 1.
Shaileshanandji, I always tell her that what if you are in an exam hall and a question paper comes to you and you don't know the answer? What will you do? Just
Yes.
keep it. It's okay if you can't do it, just keep it. I said simple. It's nothing complicated. And she is like, no, I want to do it. I want to do it. Okay, do it. Then and suffer. What am I
So
supposed to
nature,
do at that
the
time?
husband and wife are counterbalance for each other.
That's
That
why
is Dadaji's
I
aphorism.
told her just
The,
chill. Don't
each
stress yourself.
personality is helping the other one. Counterbalance, not in the negative sense, but one is emotional, so other is quiet. Something. So one has to help the other. Something like that. So that's
I
it.
will always tell her just imagine your life in a question an exam hall. And I used to get
Yeah.
so many backlog in my engineering. So I said if I don't know the answer, what am I supposed to do? I can't stress my brain. Just leave it. There will be another time. There will be a
No, I have one more answer to that. Okay, it happened to me in my most precious exam. The mathematics paper had one sum which was so difficult. So what I did, I told myself from within, finish all the sums fast. Fast means with whatever. So I finished all the sums. I saved some time. I said, now, okay, apply your brain to this. And believe me, once you apply yourself to any particular situation from within, there is so much. How we are the abode of infinite knowing power, how we are the abode of infinite seeing power, how we are abode of infinite energy and bliss. Once you apply to the situation, believe me, some inner light will come out which you have never heard in the life, which you have never thought in the life, but it will come from within. Some insight will come, some enthusiasm or energy will come, and mostly you will be able to get through that situation. So at that time, go back to your inner treasure, allow yourself to connect to your inner self, but don't throw away the situation. Keep relative aspect focused onto that situation, and the answer will come to you from within. So many times this type of experiences has occurred with me and must have occurred with many people. That situation appears to be perplexing, what to do, and you can't escape. So if you apply yourself quietly and normally and more composedly, the answer will come from within. But if the inside is more turmoiled, if the inside is all cloudy, and if you don't allow your inside to apply with due diligence or coolness or composition, that light will not come out from within. So allow inner light to work in those situations and experience. I think all of the us has such type of experiences in different phases of life, and sometimes very critical phases of life. What Sneha is describing is, as you are rightly saying, વધારે પડતા સુખમાંનું દુઃખ છે. Sneha is not describing any situation where somebody is on a deathbed and just losing the pulse and what can be done right now, or she is not describing the position where all the bank accounts are swept away and EMIs are not getting paid up since few months, and the property is going to go for foreclosure, and no friends are coming forward to help, and now what can be done. I have heard such situations from Mahatmas, because Mahatmas open out their heart to us, and we just pray for them, because we don't have any dollar to help them, but we just pray and we say, Dadaji, please be with them in such situations and show get them around. So if you listen to the situations of the people, Dadaji once said that tell your mind to look around what the people have difficulties, and your mind will stop complaining that we have any complaint whatsoever. બીજાનું દુઃખ વધારાનું જુએ ને ત્યારે આપણું માઇન્ડ તો બંધ જ થઈ જાય કે અરે આપણને તો દુઃખ છે જ નહીં, આ તો ખોટી બૂમાબૂમ છે.
Yes, we have really experienced that what Dadaji has said, and we have rightly experienced that many times here when we see others around us and we think that we have some or the other problem, and when we look at others who are physically challenged or who have some other resource issues, at that time we compare ourselves with them, and then we realize that how much blessful we are that we have at least good physic and good physical bodies, that at least we can do something to help others. So it's very inspiring what Dadaji has said and what you rightly said right now.
So Dadaji once said to one gentleman who was complaining and despairing, Dadaji said, asked him two things. Is your health okay? So yes, yes, say okay. And is there food for 7 days in your home? Yes, yes. Then go back. I'll not listen to your complaint. You are complaining unnecessarily. As long as you are not bodily having any such serious problems. In fact, for Mahatmas, even the bodily problems are not reason to complain. The more severe the bodily problem, more better the experience of the pure self it opens out for Mahatmas. I know many Mahatmas who say that better I was in the hospital, because at that time I got so exact experience of pure self, totally separate from my body, that I'm not getting in my routine living, because at that time we exactly become Shuddhatma. So for Mahatmas, even the severe critical bodily illness conditions are also a boon for their enhanced pure self experience. And uh, as long as I said, we are not against the wall from all corners. Tell your mind that all these are unnecessary shouting. Please shut down. I'm not going to listen. The third key I'm giving to you is, don't listen everything what mind tells us. Dadaji said we never listen to our mind unless it is telling us something in line of our aim or goal. Otherwise, we just see as if it is something music going on in the mind, and we just don't go with the mind. We just try to know what the type of mind is. I hope you get me. So this will give you a clue and key to know Sneha's mind and Sneha's personality both.
Correct. Very nice.
And the ideal way or the better way is what Dadaji did. Dadaji had lot of punya. First of all, he didn't use his punya for the material comforts or luxuries. He just used only 4 pairs of dhoti and kafni. Even if somebody gave excess, Dadaji said, no, I have 4 or 5 and I don't need more. But whatever excess he had or whatever surplus he had, I would say, not excess, he always used for the welfare of others. પોતાના પૈસે જાત્રા કરાવી, પોતાના પૈસે બધું કરાવ્યું. So if I would have been in your place, of course it cannot happen. Your punya is your punya, go with that. My punya or not punya is my not punya. But the one of the vision with the enlightened ones is, if I am having the punya of having something surplus, I should be economical in my living for my necessities, and I should be noble for spending for others' welfare, whatever way, Gnandan, Satsang, or one or other way, where there is always some or other need. So once the dimensions get changed, I think that totally the things get changed. So our mind has carried the older understanding, and our present Gnan is a new understanding. So we have to go back and reflect that why our mind is showing us such, what the real enlightened ones, જ્ઞાનીઓ કે બીજા લોકો શું કરે આમાં, દાદા શું કરે આ જગ્યાએ, and I think the mind will immediately be quiet. See, the mind also is asking for some resolving, guiding insight. So the prajna and the knowledge or the gnan has to give guiding light or resolving light to mind. Unless the mind and intellect gets resolving answer, they will not become quiet. So this exercise continuously keeps on going. On one side Prakriti says us something, on the other side the prajna talks to Prakriti, agnayavaste bandhayelo prajna sthiti ukalto, and that is how keeps on changing the beliefs for the better ones. Change your beliefs and you can change your life. Even the scientists have come to this conclusion, that the beliefs affect all the cells and throughout the body, and you can change your beliefs and you can change your life. This has come from the scientific world, which we are blessed with Dadaji very easily.
Yeah, thank you, Shaileshanandji. It was very useful and very good to understand in live satsang when you preach this.
So my view, I give I talk to students, I talk to people. So it occurred to me, and I shared the insight that let us pray like that, that I become sort of resourceful, not that only I can take care of myself, but I can be helpful to my family, my friends, society, nation, or mankind as a whole in whatever capacity I can, through tan, man, dhan, understanding, whichever way I can. And once we pray like this, it becomes so universal. It becomes so universal, and we will also get much more material resources wise, and still more by inner understanding and vision wise, that our load will not remain load at all, but we will be able to take load, not by way of load, but by way of helping, by way of obliging or helping others, starting with family, friends, society, nation, and whatever your sphere. So our sphere of consciousness or bhavana has to encompass the universe as a whole. Irrespective, it may not materialize in the outer world, but in a inner world, we have the limitless, we can have the projection or bhavana without any boundaries, break the boundaries within, or be universal. So this is how the conscious of the Gnani or Tirthankar is universal, because they feel one with all, and also they have the bhavana of common good of one and all. And whenever you look, you will immediately realize that all the peoples have karmic baggages and bondages, and Chetan is just covered up so badly in this all baggages of karmic bonds. Even though the person may be millionaire, but karmic bonds are karmic bonds at the bottom of the line, and the Chetan is Chetan. And this vision is okay. If we can pray, we can share something, we can just indicate something to them, and you will be amazed how transformed you will be. દાદા અંદર એટલા બધા પ્રકાશમાન થશે કે આપણને જ આશ્ચર્ય થવા લાગશે. Even the body may be lying down sick and caught in the cot, but your conscious, our conscious can be universally helping the world. દાદાજી માંદા ખાટલામાં હોય ને બોડી, તો પણ આખા વર્લ્ડમાં એમની ભાવના, એમનું કલ્યાણનું કામ થયા જ કરે. I hope you get me.
Yes.
So many things. Even it didn't occur to me. I'm talking to you, and it is coming more and more to me. How it is happening. So even with the limitations of body, the inner unlimited power can keep on functioning. Once we have the vision which is expanding right way and becoming universal.
Right. Thank you so much. It was like very explained again. I would like to ask if anybody has any questions. We are open at this point. Everybody is on mute, so they'll have to unmute themselves to ask any questions.
Or please share some experience. Ajay Bhai never shared the experience. Neha asked the question, and Ajay Bhai got the escape window.
Ajay Bhai, you are on mute. Can you unmute yourself? I'm not sure.
Toronto can share the experience. Devendra Bhai?
I don't see him live. It seems like he's on mute.
I see his picture at least.
Correct. Ashok Bhai, do you have anything to ask?
Or share the experience. Mahatmas have nothing to ask. Mahatmas have to share the things. Share the vision, share the experience. Ashok Bhai has good visions and good experience. I know him. He applies to his workplace also. Ashok Bhai, did you hear us?
Yeah, Jai Satchidanand. Jai Satchidanand.
Jai Satchidanand. Have you got anything to share?
Generally, અત્યારે તો એક ડિફિકલ્ટ સિચ્યુએશનમાં પાસ થઈએ છીએ, પણ તે છતાંય લાગે છે સારું આમ કઈ એટલું બધું એની અસર નથી કઈ મારા મોટા બ્રધર હમણાં 2 અઠવાડિયા પહેલા
I
એક્સપાયર
can't hear you properly. I
થઈ
can't hear you properly.
મારા મોટા બ્રધર હમણાં એક્સપાયર થઈ ગયા 2 અઠવાડિયા પહેલા આણંદમાં
Okay.
એટલે
So take explain. No.
he is passed away on last second Sunday or before that.
Okay. Okay.
But the situation I'm handling from here because I am not able to go over there. But we covered the part for my father, my younger brother, to keep in touch with them, and that way.
So yeah, that's a good thing. And as a Mahatma, we have many things. We can pray for the Shuddhatma Bhagwan wherever they are. We can pray to Simandar Swami. We can pray to Dada Bhagwan. We can pray to Kanu Dadaji. We can pray to all Vitrag and impartial deities that the Shuddhatma Bhagwan, which has departed from that particular body, which was totally free from mind, speech, body, name, and name belonging, attachments, and karmic bonds. Please bless that Shuddhatma Bhagwan wherever it is, that it gets a peaceful environment and its journey towards liberation remains unhindered. And secondly, we can do pratikraman for them, for our connectivity, and for whatever smruti, યાદગીરી આપણને આવે છે એના માટે we can keep doing pratikraman. Thirdly, you can help them resource wise if the need be, and if you can do that. But fourthly, more important help at this stage to all the around, including family members and others, is if you can give some vision light which can bring them to correct perspective. And I think that is a great service in such situations. કારણ કે દાદાએ કહ્યું જીવ કરે શોક. In a gloominess, if you get entangled into gloom, you tend to invite karmas. If you remain steady in the gloom with the correct vision, you tend to dispose the karmas. જીવ કરે શોક ત્યારે કર્મ ખૂબ બાંધે છે. જીવ કરે પામે ઉલ્લાસ ત્યારે કર્મ ખુદ ખરે છે. એટલે in this situation, with a correct vision light, these nobody dies in the language of Gnani Purush. It's just the change of body, because the atomic and molecular accounts of this particular body and this difficult time of fifth ara got over, and hopefully the soul must have gone high, or should go. We pray for soul to go high, and this way, in Gnani's language, there is no birth and death. So we can keep sharing the things with the family members, so everybody gets out of the effects very fast, very soon, and can become normal as early as possible. In any given situation, sorry.
What we did is we just made a phone call to Shaileshanandji, and he did the vidhi with me and Meenakshi. We spoke the whatever words they spoke, he spoke, and we have put on the speaker phone, and we did that vidhi. Immediately after finishing that, I had also called my nephew over there in Anand and tell him to do some of those things, and I send a PDF file for this that pratikraman and the pratna for the dead body and the pure soul separated. That
very good. I was sure that you must have done it, but for the benefit of others, I took the opportunity to just talk a little about that.
So and another thing for Ronak Bhai and Rajni Bhai, I'm not getting that Satsang's email for Thursday and Sundays. Before Guru Purnima I was getting it, but nowadays I am not getting it. So sometime I have at what time it is.
Okay. Rajni uncle generally send the email. The email part is taken care by Rajni uncle. If you don't get an invitation, I would say just send an email to jssatsang@gmail.com. Probably it used to be like right now we have 235 plus members in our friend list that we send out every time. But today I face like 2-3 Mahatmas are complaining that they didn't get the invitation.
Yeah, I did the same thing. I replied to the old email and put your name, no, put JSS Youth and then Rajni Bhai's name so that he gets the email and put my.
Definitely, I'll resolve that issue. I will resolve that issue by next.
I think it is JSS Satsang at the rate gmail.com, which
Yeah,
they should
that's
write
correct.
email, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Anyone,
JSS Satsang,
Even
not JSS Youth, JSS Satsang at the rate gmail.com. Am I right?
Yeah, correct.
Okay. And in a coming future, I think there is another website which we have recently opened out for the whole of USA, jssusa.org, jssusa.org, and there is a column of register, and you can register there, and we'll see to it that whole database gets transferred to Ronak or Rajni Bhai, and if something is missing there, you can add up for the email invitees list. What we are trying to do is one central website for communication for US. So once the people get registered over there, present moment the databases are scattered. At Guru Purnima the people do register, but that Guru Purnima database doesn't get transferred to Ronak or Rajni Bhai or somebody who is hosting. So do first thing is send email to jssatsang@gmail.com. Second step you can do is jssusa.org website, get registered yourself, and in a due course of time we will see that the entire database gets connected to the event, to the one who is hosting the events. Am I all right, Ronak?
Yeah,
Would that be correct? Nice.
That would work.
Ronak.
So
yeah,
Ronak, even I know I am in India, but usually I get a mail. Even I did not get the mail, so if it could be sent, I can register again if you want on.
Next time onwards, the email part has been taken care by Rajni uncle, so probably he missed your email address, but I'll send your email address as well as Ashok Bhai email address to that email chain list. So you will receive that email next time onwards.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
No
Thank
problem.
you, Jai Sachidanand.
Jai Sachidanand.
So
Shaileshanandji, I am going to stop this broadcast.